And a good evening to you. Dr. Steve G. Jones here, answering your hypnosis questions live. As you can see, I'm at a beautiful resort. I'm in San Antonio, Texas, and I am a clinical hypnotherapist for those of you just joining for the first time, which means that I work with people to help them overcome their fears and to achieve their goals and to eliminate negative habits, things of that nature. That's what a clinical hypnotherapist does. And I happen to be here today at a resort in beautiful San Antonio, Texas, and thought I would bring you in. I'm live Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And no matter where I am in the world, I'll bring you in and share with you what I'm doing. As you can see, the beautiful hill country here in San Antonio, the infinity pool, just making a wonderful scene. I thought this would be a great backdrop. I'm always looking for great backdrops in my hypnosis recordings that I can use in the imagery that I create to help people relax. And so I thought it would be a wonderful idea to use some of that beautiful imagery in the broadcast this evening. So let's go ahead and check in this evening, see who we have here. Let's see, Brenda, hello to you. A lot of the regulars here, good to see you. Bertie, hello. Amigilla, hello. And Miss Fonte, hello to you. And Roselli, hello to you. All right, from Brazil. That's always good to see. People from around the world. Carol, hello. Tina, hello to you. And yes, it's absolutely beautiful. Absolutely wonderful here. San Antonio, Texas. I've been traveling around Texas, taking care of business and finding time to have a little fun also, and finding time to, of course, check in with you and answer your hypnosis questions. If you're just joining, feel free to go ahead and like this video and share this video. Let people know that there's a resource, that's me, available Monday, Wednesday, and Friday to answer your questions about hypnosis, to check in with you, to check on you, to see how you're doing, and to see if you have anything that I can help you with. If you're interested in hypnosis, or perhaps you have a challenge you're working on, or you're interested in studying hypnosis, any question about hypnosis, I'm here to answer it. Of course, if I don't know the answer, I'm going to refer you to a credible source, usually a medical doctor or a psychologist or a psychiatrist. So let's go ahead and check in again. And Yoke says, how are you? Doing great here in the wonderful hill country in San Antonio. Just check out the view. Just enjoying a beautiful sunset here. It's hard to beat that view. It's difficult to be stressed out when you're in such a beautiful place like this. Jolanta says, hello from Vancouver. Well, hello to you. Sandra, hello. Michael, hello. Terry, hello. Elizabeth, hello to you. Elizabeth says, hi Steve, good morning from the Philippines. Well, good morning to you. And good evening from Texas. Tina says, can children be hypnotized, or is that advisable? They absolutely can. I have a life stages series. I've created hypnosis recordings for every stage of life, from birth all the way up to over 100 years old. So every stage has its own challenges. So that's why I've created the life stages series. And you can find that by Googling Steve G. Jones Life Stages Hypnosis. But to answer your question, yes, children can be hypnotized. You'd, of course, want to take them to your primary care physician first, get their blessings. Usually they will refer you to a psychologist or a psychiatrist. And I want to point out that psychologists and psychiatrists, when they do practice hypnosis, they are more capable of it. They are more highly trained to deal with the entire realm of things that may come up, and they have a larger toolbox to reach into to help you work with things. So talk to your primary care physician first, and they may refer you to a psychologist or a psychiatrist who could perform the hypnosis. And if you decide at that point that you'd like to use a hypnotherapist, then of course they are available also. Lots of hypnotherapists work with children and do a wonderful job. So children can be hypnotized, and it is advisable as long as you get the blessing of your medical doctor. That's where you want to start. A lot of people think, go right to hypnosis as the first line of defense or attack, depending on how you want to look at it. That's not always the case. Sometimes there's a situation that requires some other form of treatment, and you should get the opinion of your medical doctor first before proceeding. But thank you for that question, Tina. Excellent question. Mariah says hello. Hello to you. Kathy, hello to you. Patricia says, Dr. Steve, when you did street hypnosis and you asked people to count to 5 and they always skipped one number, how could they be hypnotized so fast? Okay, well, if you look on YouTube and you find my street hypnosis videos, what you're not seeing are all the people who it didn't work with. We didn't show those because they're just not interesting when it doesn't work. So we showed the ones it does work on. Hypnosis, when you're doing it as quickly as I was doing it during my street hypnosis videos, isn't always going to work because I was interested in finding people who were highly suggestible, who could be hypnotized very quickly. And that's when some producers who worked with True TV took an interest in me and came out to Savannah, Georgia, and filmed me doing that. So we have a lot of that online too. The background footage of the pilot they were putting together. This was about 8 years ago, I guess. But yeah, so a lot of, what you're not seeing are the instances in which it didn't work, because not everyone is going to be hypnotized that quickly. I was just going up to people in the street, asking them if they want to be hypnotized. Not everyone's a great candidate for an instant rapid induction like that. So thank you for your question. I'm glad I was able to clarify that. All right, let's see who else we have here. Okay, so Patricia, thank you for that question. Greg says hi. Hello to you, Greg. Giselle says, wow, such a beautiful place. Absolutely. Check it out, the hill country of San Antonio, Texas. What a wonderful view. Let me flip the around here. Use this camera. Look at the sun setting behind the tree there. It's an amazing view here. All right. And Mariana says, I've bought and downloaded many of your recorded hypnosis sessions, but lost the files when my laptop broke. Is there a way to recuperate my bought sessions? Yes, just send an email to my office. That's office@stevegjones.com, and tell them that I said to let you get those links, and you will be able to get them. I'm sorry to hear that happened to you, Mariana, but we have a quick and simple solution for that. So again, that's office@stevegjones.com. Let them know what happened, and they will get those links to you right away. You can go ahead and send that email right now if you'd like. And when they get back in around 10 a.m. Eastern time, that will be handled. All right, Barbara says, give me an overview, please. Well, if you mean an overview of this, here you are. If you mean an overview of something else, please clarify. Look at that view. Wow. This is the type of view that hypnosis recordings are made of. When you listen to my hypnosis recordings, you hear a description of the sun setting behind the hills and things of that nature. But here it is. Nothing beats the real thing. Actual nature. So I'm at a resort in San Antonio, Texas, for those of you just joining, and I'm bringing you in. I'm here Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Not here at the resort, but here at Facebook Live, answering your questions about hypnosis. So no matter where I am in the world, I take time to reach out to you to answer any questions that you may have. And Tatia says, hello, Dr. Steve. Well, hello to you. Betty says, hello, Dr. Jones. Hello. Luigi says, hi, Steve. Is it possible to hypnotize children? If it isn't possible, why not? Yes, it is possible. And after I'm done with this broadcast, you may want to go listen to it from the beginning, because at the beginning of this broadcast, I did talk about that, Luigi. It is possible to hypnotize children, absolutely. And when I work with children, it's usually a different technique that I have to use, because children like to, for example, if I put them in the chair that I use for hypnosis and give them a blanket, well, they may play hide and seek with me behind the blanket. So I then use that for the hypnosis. As you play hide and seek, you begin to relax more and more deeply. And notice that every time you peek out from behind the covers, how relaxed you are. So you do things like that. You correlate their actions to the hypnosis rather than attempting to control their actions. You just take actions and set them as being equal to going into a hypnotic state. So that's a little insight for you about how hypnosis works with children. But I also have some sessions on that. Hypnosis for children, I have all of the life stages covered, so no matter what age your child is, I have something for that. But always check with your medical doctor first before using hypnosis with children. Consult your physician, because there may be something else going on that you're not aware of that needs to be dealt with in another way. All right, just enjoying a beautiful evening here at the resort in San Antonio, Texas. Enjoying the infinity pool and the view of the hill country behind me, and we just enjoyed a beautiful sunset together. If you're just joining, go ahead and like this video and share this video if you want to, and subscribe so you'll know when I'm on next. Remember that Wednesday, as in 2 days from now, I'll be in Wimberley, Texas with Joe Vitale. I'll be at his house, and we'll be talking about the new programs that we decided to create when we were in New York together recently. That was about a week ago, and I had him on the Facebook Live interview here then when we were in New York, and I'll be seeing him again to talk more about that in his home on Wednesday. So that'll be just 2 days from now. I'll be sure to join me for that, and if you're not able to make it, you can see a rebroadcast. And again, check out Texas. Wonderful, beautiful state with lots of amazing things. I was honored to recently do a broadcast from downtown where they have the River Walk, and before that Austin, Texas, which is a wonderful place as well, and now San Antonio, the view from a resort here. All right, let's see who we have and check in on any questions. Betty says, beautiful view. Absolutely. Katrina says, hello, Dr. Steve, that place is beautiful. Yes, absolutely. Betty says, loving the view. Good, good, me too. Mariana says, thank you, you are welcome. Jean has joined us. Betty says, what are your thoughts on meditation? Well, I'm asked that quite a bit. First of all, meditation and hypnosis are essentially the same. The only difference, the only practical difference is that oftentimes in hypnosis we're looking for an outcome. We're outcome oriented. Stop smoking, start getting motivated, start becoming confident, stop being afraid of flying, stop biting your nails. There's a goal when we work with hypnosis usually, whereas in meditation there's often not, other than just relaxation or stress reduction, which are goals in and of themselves, of course, but usually it's limited to that. When somebody meditates, they want to get some sort of insight and relaxation and just kind of get in tune with themselves and the universe and so forth. Whereas with hypnosis, we're focused on something, we're working on doing something, increasing wealth, losing weight, stopping smoking. But the state that you go in is the same. There's no different scale for hypnosis and meditation. It's not as if your mind has the ability to go into a different state of mind that you wouldn't reach in hypnosis when you meditate, or in meditation versus hypnosis. It's the same state of mind. It's just how you're doing it. So in practical terms, usually hypnosis is more outcome oriented, specific outcome, and meditation is more general. But really, when you think about it, meditation can be outcome oriented also. You can meditate to stop smoking or meditate to lose weight. All right, or you can just go under hypnosis to relax. All right, so thank you, Betty, for that question. Namita says, good morning. I'm in Nam Pyong from Thailand, and have a nice day. Thank you so much. You make a good video. I like it, and I live you so beautiful. Thank you so much for a good work video. Have a wonderful day. God bless you, dear Dr. Steve. Well, thank you, Namit. I appreciate that. And as I always say, I strongly encourage everyone to post what they have to say, questions, comments. Even if you're not a native speaker of English, I encourage you to just go for it. I'll figure out, hopefully, what you're saying, and we'll work through it together. So if I were typing your language, your native language here, I wouldn't be able to do it at all. So thank you for going for it. And those of you who may be hesitant to type in something because you're not great at English, let that fear go. Just type it in. Let's hear from you. All right, Jeffrey says, hi, hello to you. Yoke says, beautiful place. Absolutely. Corey says, you sure get around. Absolutely. There's a lot to do in the world. There are a lot of places to go, a lot of people to meet, a lot of things to do, and I'm honored to be part of that and making my contribution in the world. And a big part of that is traveling, going to places and meeting people and talking about programs with people such as Joe Vitale from The Secret, figuring out what we can do, talking with people such as Kevin Harrington, the original shark on Shark Tank, which if you missed that broadcast from Florida, that was probably a little over a month ago now. And so I'm constantly traveling around, meeting with people, figuring out how I can increase my contribution to the world. What can I do with them? How can I collaborate? And so this Wednesday, again, 2 days from now, I'll be with Joe Vitale at his house in Wimberley, Texas, which is not too far from here. And we will be doing a live broadcast. But the purpose of my visit will be to talk about the programs that we decided to develop in this coming year in 2017, and that's what we met in New York to do about a week ago. So I do get around, and I'm honored to be able to get around as part of the contribution that I'm sharing with the world. Michelle says, do you believe antidepressants stop you from being hypnotized? I have no data on that whatsoever, Michelle. I would talk to a medical doctor about that. Some antidepressants do act as stimulants, and if you are mentally stimulated, that can work against hypnosis, but not to any major extent. I mean, people who take antidepressants are still able to sleep. They're still able to relax. In fact, that's one of the things that antidepressants tend to help with. So I don't have any firm data on that. I just have knowledge of it in general. I would talk to a medical doctor about that. But offhand, I would say that if there is any effect, it would be extremely, extremely minimal. Okay, Kathy says, my neurologist said it is. Great. You have other means of relaxation and sleep instead of pills. Okay. Kathy, when you say my neurologist said it is, I've covered a few different comments since then, and scrolling back is going to cause me to lose my place here. So not really sure about what your neurologist, what you're referring to when you mention your neurologist said it's, that's what it says. My neurologist said it's, oh, my neurologist said it's great. Perhaps that's what you're saying. Perhaps you're saying your neurologist said hypnosis is great. I'm not sure. And then you say you have other means of relaxation and sleep instead of pills. Okay, well, hypnosis does offer other means of relaxation and sleep instead of pills. That is absolutely true. But if you're having challenges with anxiety or missing out on sleep, you need to talk to a medical doctor first. And so if you're saying that you consulted your neurologist, then excellent. Betty says, it's true, Corey. Jean says, should we be careful about the types of subliminals available on YouTube? I enjoy listening to yours. Well, anytime you're dealing with a subliminal recording, realize that you're being programmed with something that you're not consciously able to tell what's on there. So absolutely, you should be careful with subliminal recordings. My understanding and belief is that when hypnotherapists create subliminal recordings, they're not doing it out of evil intent. They just want to help you. So I trust what's on the label, and I don't think anyone would put something out there that says it's for one thing and actually does something negative. But realize that anytime you're dealing with a subliminal recording, you've got music or some sort of sounds or both masking the suggestions underneath. So anything could be under there. Mine, I happen to know, contain only positive suggestions. They're simply the scripts from my hypnosis recordings. And if you ever want to hear what they actually are, you can either write to my office or you can listen to the daytime recording. My daytime recordings and all of my hypnosis recordings use the exact same script. So my weight loss daytime recording has the script in an audible form, and the platinum, for example, hypnosis recording has the script in an audible form. The subliminal weight loss recording would have that same exact script, but masked by music and relaxing sounds. And we also will provide the script for you if you'd like. But I'm not able to speak specifically about anybody else's work, but I would imagine that hypnotherapists are interested in helping people, and you're not going to just have some negative things on there. Okay, Cornejo says, oh wow, awesome. All right. Adriana says, I do miss your smile. All right. Well, Adriana, I don't know you personally, but I appreciate you being here. I appreciate that compliment. And myself and my smile are here Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. So thank you for being here. Marley says, good evening, Dr. Steve. What a nice place. Yes, thank you. It's a resort here in beautiful San Antonio, Texas, the hill country. And I'm just enjoying a beautiful evening where we all just enjoyed a sunset together. And let's see who else we have here. If you're just joining, go ahead and like this video if you like it, and share it if you'd like, and go ahead and subscribe so you'll know when I'm on next. You'll be aware, you'll be notified when I'm on next. And Ms. Shen says good morning to you. And Jessel says there's a sense of serenity and tranquility in that place. Absolutely, that's what I strive for everywhere I go. Serenity and tranquility, that's what I'm all about, not just in hypnosis recordings, but in my life. I find that it just calms me down when I'm in a serene environment. And that's when the good ideas come to me. You know, if you're in an environment which is very office-like, and you're there all the time, and you're pushing yourself really hard, I talk about this a lot, I kind of preach about it actually, it's when you take the breaks from that, you go outside, or you take a vacation, or you travel somewhere, and it can just be stepping outside for a few minutes. That's when you get the insights. That's when you have the breakthroughs, and psychological studies demonstrate that. It's not when you're pushing that the breakthroughs come. It's when you allow yourself to step away and disengage from what you're doing. So when I come to places like this, even though I am primarily focused on my work, I can also step outside into a beautiful environment, and that's when the aha moments come to me. That's when the new program ideas come to me. That's when the new ideas that are going to help people and help change their lives, that's when those ideas come to me. All right, so let's see who else we have here. Corey says, LOL, my 17-year-old son said, quote, I'm not gay, but that's a handsome man, as he looked over my shoulder. All right, well, thank you, Corey, and thank you to your son. I appreciate that compliment. All right, excellent. Betty says, LOL, Corey. All right, and Betty says, The Secret. Yes, Joe Vitale from The Secret is who I will be with Wednesday, and we'll look forward to a wonderful broadcast. Gregory Dwyer says, do you think politicians use hypnosis in their speeches? I think that it's possible, but I don't know for sure. I think some people have analyzed the speeches of politicians, and they do make claims such as that. They say that politicians are using NLP and hypnosis. I personally have not analyzed any of that, Gregory, so I don't have a remark on that. If you have something specifically you'd like me to analyze, you can put it in here, and I will take a look at it when I get a chance. But I hear things like that. I mean, people say things like that, and I think those things sound good. You know, it sounds intriguing, and it sounds like something that you know, someone might blame a politician for doing. But I haven't seen it. I haven't seen any evidence of that. But I will be glad to look. I think politicians, by and large, are interested in persuading people, so it is a possibility, of course, but I don't know. Andrea says, you always get to see the most beautiful places. Yes, indeed, and I'm telling you, every one of you, everyone has a beautiful place right by them. No matter where you live, there's something beautiful near you, no matter where you are, and I encourage you to get out there and enjoy it, and to take time for yourself and just unwind, disconnect for a while. That's when the insights come. That's when you get clear about your life. That's when you figure things out. That's when you decide things. And I encourage you to look into that. And Gabby says, good night. Why always you use black t-shirt, if I can know? Well, I do that because it's easier. I'm not really good at matching colors. I'm not good at putting this color with that color and this pattern with that pattern, so I keep it simple. It's one less thing that I have to think about in my day. When you think about it, does it really matter what you wear every day? I mean, I think people are defined more by their personality and by their actions and by their contribution to the world than by their clothes. I think clothes are, different colored clothes are overrated. I think that they can be distracting. It's just, to me, it just doesn't make any sense to have a bunch of different color clothes. To me, it causes confusion, and it just, little things like that. If I had to pick out every day what I was going to wear, it would just take away from what I'm doing. I don't want to think about things like that. So that's also why I recently got the short haircut. I don't have to think about styling my hair. What I want to focus on in my life is helping people. I want to focus on what I do best. And so figuring out, what to eat. I'll often eat the same thing every day. Figuring out what to eat and what to wear and how I'm going to style my hair and things like that. I don't want to think about these things. These are not things that interest me. What interests me is helping people and creating programs that encourage people to live their best lives, and meeting with people and seeing how I can better myself and better their lives. These are the things that interest me, not clothing. So that's why I have the black t-shirts, and I have, if you ever see my closet, it's very interesting. I have about 30 black t-shirts. So sometimes I joke with friends and I send them a picture of it and I say, which one should I wear today? And they'll joke back and they'll say, oh, number 8, because they're all, of course, the same. So these are not things that interest me, clothing and things like that. So the basics in life, the essentials, I just standardize them so I can get on to the good stuff, the stuff that really matters to me. All right, Namita says, so beautiful, dear Dr. Steve. Yes, it is absolutely beautiful here in San Antonio, Texas. I'm at a resort. Let me show you the moon. The moon up there. That's wonderful. Palm trees, just a wonderful place. I enjoy being places like this and relaxing and unwinding. It encourages me to continue to create and help people. Cornejo says, and we are the friendliest people in the whole USA. All right. If you're talking about Texans, that sounds good. I've noticed a lot of people say yes, yes, sir, and no, sir here. And that's refreshing. I haven't heard that much since I was in military school. So yes, a lot of very polite people here. Neelan says, hi, Dr. Steve, watching with you. All right, I'm glad you could join me. Kristen says, good evening, Dr. Steve. I am curious, do certain birth signs do better under hypnosis than other signs? And if so, which ones? I have no idea. And you're talking about astrology, the theory of astrology, which may have some relevance because there's something that I talked about in a previous broadcast, and it is nominative determinism. People with certain names tend to gravitate towards certain professions. As just an example, males named Dennis tend to be dentists more often. Their name sounds like that more often than Chance. So statistically speaking, they are more likely to become dentists than someone with a name like George or Steve. So that's interesting. And you see it with all kinds of names. All kinds of names, people tend to go into the profession that their name carries, either their first name or last name. And so that may be a logical explanation for astrology. People hear, oh, I'm a Libra, or oh, I'm an Aquarius. What are the traits of that? Okay, so I'll follow that. Not on a conscious level, but on a subconscious level. So that's a strong logical argument. I didn't come up with that. A friend of mine presented that to me. A friend of mine who's a Virgo, by the way, if it matters. And And I tend to agree with that. And he didn't know about nominative determinism, but he did share with me his idea that maybe we're programmed because we hear so much about our astrological signs, so we start to act like it. That's quite possible, and that makes sense to me. That's a logical explanation of astrology. And nominative determinism tends to lend some credibility to that theory. But as far as which astrological signs are more easily hypnotizable, I don't know, unfortunately. So thank you for asking, Kristen. Miles says, hi, Dr. Steve. You have a great day to you. Oh, thank you. You too. Josephine says, hi, Dr. Steve. Have a nice day to you. All right. You too, Josephine. 12th says, hello. Well, hello to you, 12th. Betty says, thank you for your insightful response. Oh, my pleasure. Thank you for your question. Francisca says, such a beautiful place. Where are you now? So beautiful. I'm at a resort in beautiful San Antonio, Texas. And Mark Twain said there are only a few unique cities in the United States, and San Antonio was one of them. And so I did a broadcast the other day from River Street, which is downtown San Antonio. And I have to agree, this is a very, very unique city. Pachar says, good evening from Thailand. Hello to you, Pachar. Betty says, San Antonio, Texas. Yes. Jahira has joined us. Hello to you. Catalina says, hello, Dr. Steve. Well, hello to you, Catalina. Betty says, will you develop tapes with Joe Vitale? We will develop more programs. We've developed many programs already. We've developed the Wealth Trigger series. We have 4 different Wealth Trigger programs that we've created. We've created a program for communication. We've created a certification program for Law of Attraction. You can become a Law of Attraction certified practitioner. We'll soon be creating a master and trainer program for that. That's one of the programs we decided recently that we will create in 2017. The Law of Attraction Master Certification Program and Law of Attraction Trainer Certification Program. So yes, I have created many programs with Dr. Joe Vitale. He's a good friend and a good person, and we will be creating many more, and a lot of them coming out soon. We also talked about releasing a program on Ho'oponopono, so look for that soon. And his friend Matthew Dixon has made a contribution to the programs that we're creating as well, so look for that. Lots of good stuff coming up. So if you're a fan of Ho'oponopono and Joe Vitale, get ready, because we are going to have some wonderful things for you coming up that I really think you're going to enjoy. All right. And Zeta says, I tried past life regression. Can you explain why I had no vision at all? I would not be able to explain that. That answer would be multifactorial, and it really depends on your specific situation. Unfortunately, I would need a lot more information, and I don't have the time to devote to that right here and now. But I do appreciate your question, Zetas. I would post that in a public forum where they can slowly answer. Malfred says, greetings from Norway. Hello to you. Zeta says, hello, by the way, Steve G. Jones. Well, hello to you, Zetas. Kelly says, do you practice past life regression? I do have recordings for past life regression. Past life regression being the theory, based on the theory that you have lived past lives. And as I write in the opening sentence of my book on past life regression, it may or may not be real. I think we're going to find out when we're moving forward from this life. But whether it's real or not, and this is important for people who may become past life regression practitioners, it is of tremendous therapeutic value if the client holds that belief system. And in helping people, we talk a lot about belief systems and working within the belief system of the client. And if a client believes that something happened in a past life and you can take them back to a past life, then you can help them be relieved of that challenge. And I've seen that time and time again. So my point here is that whether past lives exist or not is not relevant in therapy. And that's why I start out my book on past life regression stating that. And this, of course, goes to the greater idea that when you work with someone, it's not up to you to accept or negate their reference, their frame of reference on life and their belief system, whatever religion or belief system they may hold to be true. It's up to you to work within that system to help them. So whatever beliefs they come in with, you need to work within that system to help them, rather than saying, oh, that's not true, or whether, whatever beliefs you hold, those are completely irrelevant. What is relevant to that client's situation is you working within that system to help them. All right, and Francisca says, I want to ask you, can I share your live video on my Facebook page and liked? Absolutely. I wish everyone right now would go ahead and like this video and share it right now. And that's how we get the word out there about the resource that you have, which is me. I'm here Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. This Wednesday, I'll be with Dr. Joe Vitale in his house in beautiful Wimberley, Texas. So yes, absolutely. Share the knowledge, share the information. Gregory says, can hypnosis help a person create greater wealth? Absolutely. I do have, that's why I've created the Wealth Trigger program with Joe Vitale. Wealth Trigger 1, 2, 3, and 4 is coming out soon. The fourth dimension process, which is really, really mind-boggling. It's just an amazing idea that Joe came up with, that I was honored to share the stage with him as we presented that to a small group in Las Vegas, and we recorded their growth and working through their challenges. And so you're going to see that soon. But Gregory, absolutely. A lot of times when people are having challenges with wealth, it has to do with lack of self-esteem or lack of focus, or sometimes just lack of knowledge about what they want to do. Once they get dialed in and once they start accepting themselves and accepting their possibilities, we see tremendous results. So hypnosis can absolutely help with that. Jahira says, amazing, so many hugs and kisses for you and Joe Vitale. Absolutely. It's good to see such a wonderful turnout. I agree. Betty says, I don't think so. Those are going to be removed from your Facebook page. Okay. Not sure what you're referring to, Betty, so if you can give us a frame of reference there, that would help. Let us know what's going to be removed. Yvonne says, hi Steve, my question, is it possible to write a text while in trance? And would I remember what I wrote out of hypnosis? So yes, it is possible to write a text while in trance, absolutely. And whether you would remember it or not would depend on whether or not you were given the suggestion to remember it. Sometimes in hypnosis we give the suggestion not to remember something because we don't want you to overanalyze it. So yes, it is possible, and whether you remember it or not depends on what was said to you during hypnosis. Valerie says, hello Dr. Jones, and to all the wonderful people watching the broadcast. All right, well thank you for being here, Valerie. Mary says, I really like a hypnotherapy session for my anger and I can't focus. All right, you'll be happy to know that I have hypnosis sessions, hypnosis recordings available for both anger and focus, so you can find those. So thank you for being here. When you say you can't focus, Mary, I'd let go of that wording. Maybe it's been a challenge for you so far, but you can focus. And I believe that you believe that, because otherwise you wouldn't be asking about it. If you didn't really think you could change, you wouldn't be asking about it. So you can focus. And I wish you the best in finding that ability inside you that you already have. Betty says, Mary, it definitely helps. All right. Mary says, I need one. Betty says, you can find them on Dr. Jones' website. Absolutely. Gregory says, is stage hypnosis real hypnosis? Yes, it is. I have a program that teaches stage hypnosis if you'd like to learn it. Of course, there are a lot of stage hypnosis programs. Really, the best way to learn it would be in person. My program is online. So if you don't want to learn in person, if it's a challenge to travel somewhere, for example, or if price is an issue, then you can study online. But stage hypnosis is real. Now, there are two types of people who get on stage during a stage hypnosis show. One type, the predominant type, just people who are very suggestible, and they're actually in hypnosis. The other type would be hams, people just hamming it up because they want attention. They want to be on stage, they want to be seen, they want, perhaps the show's being recorded on video, maybe they want their 15 minutes of fame or what have you. I'm happy to say those people are in the minority. The majority of people in a stage hypnosis show are actually in hypnosis because they are that suggestible. Mary says, I would like a live one if possible. All right. Betty says, that can be costly. Jean says, thank you so much for all you do. You are welcome. Joseph has joined. Betty says, we spend so much time not seeing what's around us. Very good observation. Durandi says, hello, doctor. Beautiful view. Yes, the sun has set. I'm here at a wonderful resort in San Antonio, Texas. Najoni says, hi, Steve. Each night I listen to the wealth trigger that you and Joe Vitale put together. Listening to these recordings each night have really helped me to release my limiting beliefs regarding money. So thank you for all the things that you and Joe do. Well, thank you very much. And you'll have an opportunity to thank him personally if you're on during my broadcast on Wednesday. I'm not sure what time I'll be on, but I will certainly share that with him, Najoni. So thank you. Thank you for acknowledging the help we've made available. Betty says, simplify. Sounds like good advice to me. Edie says, hello, Steve. A beautiful place to relax. Yes. Gregory says, smile. All right. Jolanta says, how about Jola? Not sure what that means exactly. Betty says, OMG, Betty. Okay. There may be some side conversations going on that I'm simply not aware of, and that's okay. We encourage the community to be active and to just speak your mind. Lydia says, hi, Steve. You always travel, always take care of yourself. Very nice view. Always be careful. Drink always water. Yes, I will. Texas tends to be very hot, even though the hot months of the summer are over. Definitely tends to be hot. Rian says, good morning, Doc. Steve, good morning to you. Barbara says, ciao. All right. Lydia says, you talk so much you need a drink, a lot of water, sir. Yes, I do. Well, here's a lot of water. Unfortunately, it's chlorinated, but I'm feeling okay. I had plenty of water before I started, and actually had dinner before I started too. Roselli says, good evening, Dr. Steve. Good evening to you. Catalina says, I agree with you, San Antonio. It's a nice place, absolutely. And Scott has joined. Hello to you, Scott. Barbara says, you make a nice overview. Well, thank you. Scott says, good morning, Steve. Well, good morning to you, Scott. I'm seeing some people I taught recently in Las Vegas, Nevada, such as Gregory and Jahira and Scott. So good to see you guys back here. They took my internet marketing class, which is designed to help you share your knowledge with the world, because once you learn something, you need to learn how to share it. So that's what that class was all about, how to market yourself. And remember, money is nothing more than a scoreboard of what you're doing. So thank you for being here, Scott, and the others from the class. Good to see everyone. Betty says, looking forward to the new tapes. All right. Greenpeace says, hello, Steve. Hello to you. Jean says, sounds great. I studied one of Joe's programs, and I used to call it Share and Sonny Bono. All right. Gregory has joined again. Josephine says, thank you, Dr. Steve. Nice to hear from you. To mention my name. Hope we'll see you there for my dream to travel to USA. All right. Well, make that happen. Betty says, that's why the world has such upheaval, because of others negating others' beliefs. Yes, absolutely. Acceptance that others believe what they do is what is the answer towards peace in the world. Absolutely, Betty. Roselli says, Dr. Steve, thank you. Your video, you're welcome. Barbara says, beautiful place. Yes, I'm at a resort here in beautiful San Antonio, Texas. For those who were on earlier, we enjoyed a sunset together. You still see some remnants of the sun in the background. Barbara says, beautiful place. Betty says, if they post an entire tape and it's patented, it might be removed. Okay, so talking about copyright law. Pam says, and that's clearing up what you were talking about earlier. So yes, if people do post things that they don't have the copyright to, it can potentially be removed. So that is true. Pam says, hi, Dr. Steve. Unfortunately, there's a problem with the video. Saw your picture at first, then only able to hear you. Read comments, but screen now black. Hopefully might be able to see it tomorrow. Okay, hopefully it'll show up in replay. I don't think they have all the kinks worked out in the technology yet, but I'm telling you, give it a few months and they will, because technology moves that quickly. Liliana says, good evening from Serbia. Does hypnosis in dentistry include local anesthesia or only fears? Thanks for all. The way that I have a several hypnosis recordings that can be useful in dentistry, and you can Google that, Steve G. Jones Hypnosis Dentistry, to find them. So yes, it can be used for pain control, but you'll want to consult with your dentist about that before using hypnosis for pain control for dentistry. I'm sure your dentist will have some things to add to the conversation, particularly how you would want to probably use the pain control that the dentist offers, which is in the form of medication that they can usually inject. So you'll want to talk to your dentist about these matters, but hypnosis is helpful for that, absolutely. Francisca says, so wonderful, just the place where you are, so much beautiful, nice, thank you very much. You are welcome. Jahira says, we love you so much. Hello, Scott and Gregory Dwyer. All right, so shout out to the fellow classmates who were there in the class I taught in Las Vegas, Nevada recently, and that was a lot of fun, and a lot of sharing came out of that. Sonia says, hello, Steve. I tried your Wealth Trigger product, which was awesome. Well, thank you very much. I'll tell Joe Vitale you enjoyed it. Joni says, gorgeous scenery. All right, and Joni was also a member of the class, so it's kind of like a class reunion here tonight. We have Jahira, Gregory, Joni, and Scott all joining, so it's always good to see people who I've helped and worked with in the past, especially the recent past, joining. And these are all people, the ones I just named, who are doing great things in the world. Joni is someone who's working with Olympic athletes. We have just people doing great things, and I'm just honored to help them further their careers and reach more people and do more of those great things. So thank you for being here. Thank all of you for being here. Not just those four, but thank everyone for being here, because it's because of you that this is all possible. It's because of you that my career is possible. So thank you for being here. And on that note, I'm going to wrap up. I believe the sun is substantially set at this point. We've enjoyed a beautiful sunset together, a beautiful evening together here at the resort in San Antonio, Texas. If there's any last question, I'll be glad to take it before I go. Trudy says, well, Kathy says, hello. Trudy says, hello from Austria, Steve. I'm a practicing holistic psychology specialist and I've been using your products and trainings for quite a while. Keep shining. Well, thank you. Thank you for that shout out. Pam said, I've just rebooted smartphone, can see and hear you now. What an incredible view. Absolutely amazing. Many thanks. So thank you for being here. I'm glad you're able to see this. Of course, it will be available in replay. Michelle says, do you help people get over a death that was 10 years ago? Absolutely, we do. I do have a recording for helping people cope with things of that nature. You're going to want to reach out to your primary care physician, Michelle. That's going to be your best bet, and they are going to be able to refer you to someone in your area who can help you. And if you decide to add hypnosis to that, then I'd certainly encourage that. Trudy says, hello to you. MG says, hi, Steve. It's a good sunset view. I tried your sleep hypnosis therapy and proven. Thanks a lot, Steve. You're welcome, MG. Thanks for being here. And I'm glad you got the relief that you need, because nobody wants to go without sleep. Zetas says, have a good night, Steve. You're amazing. Well, thank you. Thank you, Zetas. Betty says, have fun and thank you for your insight. You're welcome. Brenda says, thank you. You're welcome. You're all very welcome. On that note, I'm going to wrap up. Just a reminder, Wednesday, not sure what time I'll be on, but I'll be at Joe Vitale's house in Wimberley, Texas, and Dr. Joe Vitale and I will be doing this live broadcast together. And if you caught the recent broadcast that we did from New York, you know that Dr. Joe Vitale is just a lot of fun, a lot of knowledge, a lot of insight, a lot of passion. He's the man, and I'm going to be honored to be broadcasting live with him from his house in Wimberley, Texas on Wednesday. That's 2 days from now. So get ready for that. We're going to have some fun and help some people. All right, so I'm going to sign off now. Thanks for being here. I'm Dr. Steve G. Jones, hoping you have an outstanding day.